Hello, welcome back to another episode of Monday Weekly News. This is the live stream where I talk about news, weekly news, talk about the platform, talk about stuff, talking about what you drop in the chat, sharing some stuff with you. I want to start off by saying that I've had a very challenging week. I've had a challenging weekend. I have had many stressful things going on. And I wanted to share, just before we get started here, I wanted to share a mantra with you that I have been thinking about a lot, that I've been reading, that I've been speaking to myself. It's actually a Stoic mantra. I control only my actions and my mind. All else is beyond me and not worth my worry. I will meet each challenge with reason, courage, and discipline and leave the outcome to fate. This has been my mantra for the past week or so. Austin Walker says, challenging week. It's one day. Yeah, I kind of mean like late last week and the weekend. It's just been challenging. You know, I tend to get stressed out about things. And I'm going to tell you what I've realized. I've learned this about myself. I tend to enjoy solving problems. I enjoy like looking at a problem and thinking, oh, how can we solve this? But sometimes I get what I call finish line anxiety. And as I start to work on a problem, I get really anxious that I'm not at the finish line of that problem. And that causes me a lot of anxiety. It causes me a lot of anxiety about YouTube, about business, about tech stuff. Yeah, Austin, totally. Some days don't end at midnight. This is high key true. And yeah, sometimes we have stressful weeks and stressful weekends. But here's the thing. We live to fight another day. We go on to continue the fight, to continue the battle, to continue the adventure. As they say in Game of Thrones, what do we say to the god of death? Not today, not today. All right. I have some awesome stuff I want to cover today in the weekly news update. If anyone has anything they would like to cover, feel free to drop it in the chat. Austin, you were talking about this. I think we all know that the D&D official VTT is dead. Do you mean Sigil? If you mean Sigil, I have some things about that. I want to confirm that's what you're talking about. I tried Sigil. I downloaded it last week and I tried it out. And I was going to maybe film a video about it. But you know, all this news has been coming out about how they laid off 90% of the workforce. I don't know if that's true, but that's like the headlines I've read. And boom. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but as it looks, Sigil does seem to be okay. When I checked it out, I thought to myself, this would be very difficult to make actually work. I kind of understand where the direction's going, but I kind of feel like it's just not there yet. The tech isn't there yet. The deployment isn't there yet. And I'm not sure what it's like costing them. I've seen some live streams and videos where people were basically talking about like memos that have come out. I think Joel the lawyer, is that who I saw? Is that the YouTube channel I saw? I follow a bunch of D&D YouTube channels. Let's see here if I can confirm. I don't know if I think it was Joel the lawyer I was watching, but yeah, so apparently memos came out saying it was kind of a mess, kind of disorganized. Listen, doing work, Joe the lawyer, is that what it is? I don't know. You know, working in digital marketing, I've been a part of different firms. I've worked for digital marketing agencies. And let me tell you, with a little bit of a lack of leadership, projects can get very, very confusing and chaotic. And sometimes projects can really delve into being wasteful. This actually happens a lot more than people would think. They become inefficient, they get bloated, and then time, money, manpower, lack of direction, lack of oversight. These things really seep in and make the projects bloated and inefficient. It takes very stringent oversight to make sure that projects like digital projects, like whether it be a website, something like Sigil, it takes a lot of oversight and a lot of care for it not to go way over budget and be bloated and to have a bunch of time and energy wasted. Herminator says 2D maps still seem to be going strong. Just the 3D Sigil got canned. That's what I've heard. I've not used 2D maps, but it seems like that is a cool thing that people are enjoying. But I've not tried it actually. Austin says we need to have a meeting about the last meeting about having too many meetings. Yeah. It's like, hey, let's get everyone in a meeting today. And it's like, no, let's not do that. All right. Now, speaking of meetings, though, I'm going to show you all something. All right. Here we go. I'm going to bring up my screen share. In the Discord, in Discord land, if you have not joined the GM Philosophy Discord, you should do so. But we have events, really cool events coming up. today at 2 p.m. Usually it's at 1 p.m., but today it's at 2 p.m. because it got rescheduled. We have a Game Master support hangout in the Discord. Don't forget, after this live stream, boom, I'm dropping in there. We're going to chat for an hour and just hang out. No strings attached. Tomorrow, the Barren Lands airs at 7 p.m. You can find all these events in the events tab in the Discord. March 26th, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. every Wednesday, GM Masterclass. I'm running masterclasses every single week. These are classes. We're going to jump into the Discord. They do get recorded, and I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. But we jump in there, and I give like a little lecture, and then we talk, and we're here to help game masters run better games. These are free to attend. Anyone can attend them. If you want to watch the replays, you have to be a part of the Ko-Fi membership. TTRPG YouTube Creator Hangout for people who are interested in doing YouTube, people who are interested in doing TTRPG YouTube. This is what I'm doing, literally what I'm doing. Every single day I'm trying to grow my YouTube. Me and a bunch of other creators have started this hangout. If you're interested in it, just jump in the Discord. It's every Thursday at 1 p.m. We get together for an hour, sometimes 2 hours, and we share tactics, we share experiences, we give each other creative, like positive, constructive criticism. It's really awesome. And there's a lot of value in those things. If you want to succeed at YouTube, this is the place to be. If you're in the TTRPG space, the replays to those are also available in the Ko-Fi if you want to watch past episodes. There's a lot of value in those episodes, and they're really fun to listen to. You have to be at least a silver level Ko-Fi member to watch the reruns, but you can attend them for free. You just show up and hang out with us. Friday call-in live stream show. This is the surviving remnant of Coffee Break Live. This happens every Friday at 1 p.m. I do a call-in show. Last Friday, we did a bunch of like people jumping in, and we just watched some YouTube videos. We looked at some creatures. We talk about whatever you want to talk about, and people can call in. We had like 4 call-ins, which was the best yet. So Friday call-in live stream show. It is a banger. Saturday mornings, Good Morning Game Masters, the most punk rock talk show on the internet. Me, John Haney, and Kelf jump in. We discuss topics. You can watch these on the YouTube. We stream them live at 6 a.m. Saturday morning. You can jump in the chat and interact with us. We'd love to have you. And then every Monday at 10 a.m., we have a Monday news update. That is what you're watching right now. I missed this morning's because I thought it was at 1 o'clock. So I wasn't even in the office until like 10:30. I show up and I was like, oops. So I planned it for 1 and moved the hangout back today to 2, and we're good to go. We're good to roll. All right. That is what's going on in the Discord. Drop me some stuff you'd like to talk about, everyone. I'm very excited to get into some of this stuff and to just discuss some things. Discuss whatever you want, whatever news you think is good news to discuss. I also have some other things to show you. Now, if you are interested in getting the full calendar of what's going on with GM Philosophy, and let me just reiterate this. The purpose of this whole channel is to empower game masters to run better games. And I'm trying to set up cool stuff that make that better every single week. And I'm also trying to be more consistent. Some of the feedback I got in the last YouTube meeting was that I sometimes am not very consistent. I'll like plan things and then they don't continue. So I'm sticking with the schedule. But check out our calendar. You can find a link to this in the description, gmphilosophy.com. We have all the events listed here in the calendar, and this angry orc lady or this angry elf lady with the axe might clobber you if you don't attend at least some of these events. We also have the GM path. Let me show you this. Tell me what you think about this. I'm really interested to hear what you think. Drop me your comments. Drop me your thoughts on this. So I created this to basically do 2 things. Number 1, to kind of show the 7 steps that GM Philosophy can help you with, and then to show you where to find all the information. Step 1, if your goal is to improve your TTRPG Game Master skill, here's how GM Philosophy can help you. And I tried to put this together, make it easy for me to show people what they can find on the platform. There's actually a lot. Brian says, hello, I've been following the channel for a while, finally caught you live. Heck yeah, Brian, welcome. It's great to talk to you. If you have anything you'd like to discuss, drop it in the chat. We will discuss it. I'm just going to discuss my stuff here until someone drops some stuff. But I want to show you this, and I want to hear your feedback. Okay, step 1, watch free YouTube content, link to my YouTube. Click here, check it out. Boom. Step 2, download my top 10 Game Master Tips ebook. If you guys haven't done that, link to that is in the description. Basically, this is a top 10 ebook, top 10 GM Tips ebook, my favorite top 10 tips to help you go from 0 to hero, level up your game overnight. And then let me show you something here. I'm going to actually show you that. This is what it looks like. This is the cover. Mastering the Game, 10 Essential GM Tips. You can download that if you join my email list. Link is in the description. Now, I want to show you the rest of the step 3. Join the GM Philosophy Discord server. So a lot of you are already in there. You can click here to check out the weekly event calendar. That's what I just showed you. Step 4, join the master classes. This is step 4. If you want to really level up your game, they're free in the Discord channel, but you can jump to the Ko-Fi to watch the replays. I'm filming a whole series. I'm doing a I'm doing a Game Master 101 Masterclass, 20 episodes. So it's going to cover in-depth. Like, this is way more in-depth than I get on the YouTube channel. But it goes to the Ko-Fi, and that's where you can watch the replays. Let me show you what that looks like. So if we go to the Ko-Fi and you go to the shop, you'll see that these, like, here's the YouTube replays and here are the Masterclass replays. To watch the Masterclasses, you just have to be at least an Iron level member. To watch the YouTube replays, you just have to be at least a silver level member. And don't forget, we release new ebooks every month. We release 2 ebooks. We release a compendium, and we release another like source book. So, for example, the last one was the Ultimate Guide to the TTRPG Survival Skill, which we might take a closer look at that here in a little bit. But I'm just telling you what you find on the Ko-Fi. And people who join the Ko-Fi are very helpful. They support the channel, whether you're an Iron level, Silver level, Gold level, or Partner level. You get a lot of benefits, lots of awesome stuff. The biggest difference is that with Iron, you get access to the whole ebook store and masterclasses. With Silver, you get access to the TTRPG YouTube community hangout recordings, and every month you get an exclusive editorial article. This was our editorial for criticized when growth and dreams collide. Basically GM Philosophy Insider magazine. It's just it's like an editorial where I get really, really in-depth. This is the most in-depth thing I publish about my personal life in running GM Philosophy. So if you want to get to know me better, that goes out to silver level and above. That's like the main thing that it's like the main thing that one of the main things you get with silver. There's a map collection I make. They go in the map collection. So that's really awesome. And then let me show you another thing here. If you join the higher level tiers, you also get, like, for gold level, you get monthly video requests. Craig, our latest gold level supporter, thank you so much, Craig. Craig was the one who requested that video game video I did a little while back, like kind of helping solve video game syndrome in D&D. That was his request. Awesome video request. You also get shout outs on live streams and videos. You notice that I shout out Craig a lot. It's because he's gold level member. And I really appreciate what he does to help keep GM Philosophy going. And listen, I try to provide as much value as I can, but really what this is about if you enjoy the YouTube, if you enjoy the resources, if you could use the resources, if you want to attend the master classes or watch the master classes, if you enjoy the Discord, if you enjoy the email list, this is how you can give back, how you can actually contribute and make this channel bigger and better. The channel is getting better and better because I get more and more followers who help me, and it helps to pay the bills. I can buy better tools. I can upgrade everything. So this is just so massively appreciated when people jump in and become a community supporter. It really helps take the channel to another level. But here's another thing gold level members get. They get masterclass series episodes. They get access to the YouTube recordings, of course, and they also get to play in one-shots with the GM Philosopher. So if you're a gold level supporter, you basically get into this program where I say, hey, I'm available to play in one-shot per week. Gold level supporters, you get to schedule that. I will help you find players. I'll post it in my Looking for Groups channel in the Discord, and we will set you up a Discord channel for it, and I'm going to play in it, and then you can run your one shot, and I will, after the one shot, I'll react to it. I will give you awesome feedback. I'll give you like constructive criticism. I'll tell you what I loved. I'll tell you what I wasn't a fan of. And the whole point of that is to help you develop your Game Master craft. So one shots come with gold level supporters. And there's maybe like sometimes a little bit of a waiting list. I actually might bump that up to 2 games per week if I get more people signing up for that. But the point is that, once you become a gold level member, you get put in rotation for that. So there is a little bit of a wait to it, but we can start setting up your game right away and start kind of talking to it. And partner level, the big thing that makes partner level different from gold level is one-on-one weekly mentorship program via video chat, which I actually need to change this. This is not quite, you get an honorary mention at the beginning of every video. So that's the thing. But you get, so there's a weekly mentorship program that I'm going to start very soon. I haven't started yet. I actually don't have any partner level supporters yet. But basically, the idea is when I start getting partner supporters, we're going to once a week meet up and we're going to talk about the specific issues you're having with your game. Maybe you're thinking like, I really want to talk to the GM philosopher. Like if I could just talk to him for like half an hour about my specific challenges and he could give me his direct feedback, this would help me. That's what we will do for the partner level members. And then we might actually change this to be like, we might turn this into groups if we get a bunch of partner members just so that we can fit them all in every week. But boom, that's the thing. I'm trying to just give more direct access to me so I can help you solve your problems. And that's what we get on the GM Philosophy community supporter tiers and different membership levels. So boom. So hey, drop me something in the chat if you'd like to chat, if you want to talk about anything. In other news, I've been playing in Sunday nights campaigns with William. I actually had to miss most of the session this last Sunday. Playing Grom, evil, lawful evil, Minotaur barbarian. He is learning to be good. This is the journey he's on. And he doesn't really understand what good means. He thought he was good before. Austin Walker says, "No, I don't pay for therapy." Well, I don't know what you mean. I don't do therapy on my channel. Grom should maybe go to therapy because he's trying to learn how to be good. And in his mind, it's like seeking gold at any cost is the greatest good, which obviously leads him down very evil paths. Hence, he's very lawful evil. He's having to learn that lesson. And it's a very interesting story arc. I love being a player and being a game master. It's very fun. I get both ends of the experience and it really helps me stay, I would say, on top of my game. I'm also always trying to level up my skills, trying to level up everything that I'm doing. All right, let's talk about another thing. I want to show you guys something pretty awesome. Mr. Vincent's in the house live from secret location. I do want to do a shout out here. We have Mr. Vincent in the house. Austin Walker is obviously in the house. Herminator's in here. Blue Rose Lion is here. Blue Rose, thank you so much for tuning in. Blue Rose and Mr. Vincent are Ko-Fi supporters. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and everything you do. You help to make the vision, the goals, the dreams continue. Thank you so much for your support. Herminator says, "How goes the studio build?" Okay, here's where we're at on the studio build. It's going really good. I'm in the studio. I work here every day now. I have to finish putting up my paneling. I'm not going to show you my walls because half of them have paneling and half have bare studs right now. I need to put soffit on the front. It's roofed. It's all dried in on the outside. I finished trimming the outside the other day. Now my doors are still temporary doors. I do not have permanent doors up yet. So the temporary doors are there while I design the doors. I had a door design that I was going to deploy and it turned out that it didn't work very well. So I have to go back to the drawing board on that, but it is dry. I've had several torrential downpours and, tornado level winds in the last month and none of them knocked it over or leaked. So boom. We're just getting somewhere. The Robot Viking says, "Greetings, GMP. How long have you been growing the beard? My conspiracy theory is that it's a clip-on." It's definitely not a clip-on. Let me tell you a story about that. My beard at one point was so long that it reached almost to my belly button. When I bent down my head like this, it would go past my belly button. I've been growing my beard out for years, and I've cut it many times. Like I just got a trim when I got my hair cut, which has been like maybe a month ago. Has it been a month? It's maybe only been about a month since I got my haircut. Yeah, I think it's been exactly a month. But I mean, usually my beard is kept here or a little longer. Definitely not a clip-on. I'm glad I can grow a beard. Sometimes I worry, like, what if my beard thins out as I get older? My hair is kind of thinning out as I get older. I was happy that when I got it cut short, I didn't look like I had a receding hairline too much. But anyway, just glad you lost the man bun. What is it Eminem said about Machine Gun Kelly? How do you name yourself after a damn gun and have a man bun? Anyway, Mr. Vincent says, "Seems like yesterday when it was stubble." It does seem that way. Well, it seems a little longer than yesterday for me since it was stubble. But anyway, Brian says men of a certain age. Yes, men of a certain age. All right. Now, I want to show you another thing here that I am super proud of, super happy about. Dirty Socks is in the house. Hello, Dirty Socks. Dirty Socks is a silver level community supporter and a counselor in the GM Philosophy Discord. Mr. Dirty Socks, it is a pleasure to have you as always. Now, I want to show you guys another thing here. This is really awesome. I release products every month, 2 new ebooks every single month. And I want to show you March's release. Okay. This is really awesome. You're going to like this. All right. I got to make it pretty. All right. The ultimate guide to the TTRPG survival skill, your in-depth guide to running survival-based games and adventure arcs in your TTRPGs. You can actually buy this on my personal bookstore. You don't even have to sign up for the Discord. It's only $3.99 on sale right now, which is really awesome. It is like, let me see, how many pages is this thing again? 110 pages, okay? And it covers everything. Navigation and orienteering, tracking and trail finding. So here's what this is. This book is basically an in-depth book. Whenever someone rolls a survival skill, it's like, well, what do you actually do? Let me show you. I created 110 pages of what to do. Tracking and trail finding, weather and environmental awareness, foraging and resource gathering, hunting, trapping, and fishing, shelter building and campcraft, fire crafting and heat management, water sourcing and purification. Oh, I'm not showing it. Sorry. I wasn't even showing it. I was talking about it and didn't have it on screen. But anyway, yeah, this is what the book looks like. 110 pages. And then let me just take you to, like, for example, here's the chapters, how they kind of lay out. Chapter 1, navigation and orienteering. It kind of talks about this a little bit. Failure table, success table, talks about how to use them. And then if we go down, we see that, okay, we have a navigation failure table. Option 1, you wander in circles for an hour, returning to the same clearing. So what if, in other words, what if they're trying to navigate and they like fail their survival check? Well, you could roll on this table or just look through it to determine an interesting outcome. What if they succeed at it? Navigation success. You roll on this. You find a hidden game trail, saving an hour of travel. A tall outcrop provides an excellent view, confirming your bearing. So, they have navigational successes. The Robot Viking says, tell me more about the foraging. I have a real life forager and I love it in my TTRPGs. Okay. Let's go to foraging. Tracking and trail finding. Weather and environmental awareness. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Foraging and research gathering. The wilderness is an untamed treasure trove of resources waiting to be discovered by those with the knowledge and skill to harvest its bounty, and so on and so on. So here's some things you find. We have a plant safety level random roll table, right? Edible plants and fungus. So use this table when characters search for general plants or fungi to eat. Each entry includes a name, its safety level, and a short description of notable effects or dangers. So it's like foraging, roll survival skill. If they succeed, roll D100. That's what they find. Yeah, mushrooms. What else we got? Wild herbs and medicines. This is kind of the same thing, but just wild herbs and medicines with names and then like a description of what they look like. Oh, scavenging opportunities. A range of debris, materials, and odds ends you might find in ruins or scattered in the wild. You can roll on this. Always amazed how much you're able to create week in, week out. Well, it's not week in, week out. This book in particular was a 4-month process. I just start them really early in advance. But I do release books every month, 2 books every month. But some of those books take months to create. This was one of them. This one took longer than average to create because I really wanted to think through the best way to present the information, and how to arrange the chapters actually was very challenging on this one. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. Resource spoilage or waste events. Okay. So let's say that there's a mishap. They roll survival to try to like save their resources. What happens? Spoiled rations, broken barrel, animal raid, right? Yes, GMP is like a TTRPG creation machine. I do create fast. I mean, that's what I do. I was a writer for years and years and years. I love to write. That's why, like, I was a writer, not a designer. That's why my ebooks are like, I like making the print-friendly ebooks because it's like designing and really in-depth like graphic design. I can do it. It just takes me so long, and I'm just not as good at it as some people. Scavenging opportunities. Oh, we already talked about that. Unexpected foraging events. When they're out foraging, what could happen that's unexpected? Herbal haven. You discover a secluded glade abundant in healing herbs. Thorny thicket, a berry bush that thrives amid sharp brambles. A sudden storm, right? These are just unexpected foraging events. Now, listen, you can purchase this ebook on my personal bookstore. Links in the description. It's only $3.99 right now. It is on sale because this is the month of March and this is the month it came out. Only $3.99. You can just grab it, download it, boom. Or you get this for free if you join Ko-Fi, any level. The Ko-Fi Iron level membership is only $5.99. So you can download all of my books if you join Iron level Ko-Fi. There are I don't know how many there are in there right now. There's over a dozen books and we just keep adding them. Plus you get to see the master classes too. And then we go on to chapter 5, hunting, trapping, and fishing. So to answer your question, Robot Viking, that's what's in the foraging chapter. And let me show you my favorite chapter, actually. This is what I was most excited about. Where is it? Oh, shelter. There's so much. There are literally so many things. Firecraft and heat management. I really like that chapter. Water sourcing and purification. Foraging for medicine. That's a whole just medicine foraging. Okay, primitive tool and weapon crafting, a complete guide. Would you be open to help partner with someone to write a fantasy novel? Maybe. I don't think I have the time right now, unfortunately. My time, I spend so much time trying to build this channel. And the things I have going on, I think have me maxed out at a time investment. But I love this chapter. So look at this. So this is primitive tool and weapon crafting. What happens if someone is in the wilderness, they have no tools, but they want to make a bow? Are we going to say, no, you can't make a bow? Rules is written, you need these tools and these tool proficiencies. No, I don't really agree with that. I want people to be able to have fun trying to craft a primitive bow or something. So I've made all kinds of rules for this. We have required tools and resources, minimal starting equipment, like you need a cutting edge, a binding material, a heat source, a workspace, right? So I really break it down. Basic resources: wooden branches, stone and flint, bones and antlers, fibers and sinew, adhesive, pitch, resin, waxes. And then if the character doesn't have these things, they have to source them, right? So it's like a whole process. Then there's gathering and preparing the materials, conditioning materials. I've got some tables in here, crafting the steps or the crafting steps, right? Skill checks and difficulty considerations, additional considerations and variations, just like things that might not be thought of. And then forging primitive clothing and armor. I have the same type of layout and basically go through the same process, but with different types of armor. So boom, there you go. Like I said, sounds like a Stone Age themed game now. Yeah, well, in a very extremely restricted survival type game setting, yes, it is basically Stone Age until they find otherwise. And I kind of like that. I think it's very fun. All right, shabam. Like I said, just to re-clarify, now that we've taken a good long look at it, and I love it. I love it so much. It's actually one of my probably top 3 favorite things I've created. But once again, yeah, the ultimate guide to the TTRPG survival skill, for sale in my personal bookstore. Links in the description for only $3.99. Support the channel and get 110 pages of awesome survival skill stuff, or you can get it for free if you join my Ko-Fi. All right, boom. I haven't seen anyone drop any more news items into the chat. Feel free to drop something in if you'd like me to talk about it. We've still got some time to cover. How craft diamond pickaxe though? That's a good question. Wrong game. I have no resources right now for how to craft a diamond pickaxe in D&D. Maybe that's a gap I need to address. I do think that a book I'm going to make coming up, and I've started working on it. So I guess when I say I think I'm going to make it, that's not entirely true. I have made it. I think I'm going to release it. But it's like the ultimate guide to crafting a villain. It's going to be just an entire guide for crafting villains and like enemies, like big bads. I'm super excited about that. Crafting villains is one of my favorite parts of D&D. I love it. I love it so much. I love getting into their motivations. I love role-playing them. I love trying to work on that relationship between big bads and their characters. I think it's super, super fun. So boom, that's going to be coming up probably in, I don't know if it'll be done in April. It might be June. Did you also make it where inventory requires crafting satchels, bags, and such? So I didn't put crafting bags or satchels into this guide. This isn't like necessarily a you'd say an inventory guide or even a crafting guide. This was straight up a survival skill guide. So those things are relevant, but I kind of feel like they would go in a different thing. But this makes me think a crafting guide, like an alternative crafting guide, would actually be a cool resource, because then you could put like basically crafting rules for all kinds of items. I could come up with like a list of all kinds of items and then put like kind of like alternative crafting rules for them. That might be really cool, actually. But great thoughts, Austin Walker. That's why those things weren't in there, but they certainly could have been included. I could have made the book like 900 pages. Might have been better. Herminator says, any ideas about mining, some kind of resource harvesting mechanics? That's a good idea. No, I don't have anything like that. And that would be super cool. I have to write that down. I'm gonna write these ideas down after the show today. Maybe we need a crafting guide. We need a villain guide. We need a mining/resource harvesting guide. A mining guide would be really cool, actually. I'll tell you what I have created. I did tinker with a Tetris add-on, but the inventory requires its own page. A Tetris add-on? You mean for D&D, like for them putting items into their backpack? That's super interesting. I do sometimes have when I play in person, I have a backpack page, and it's basically a whole page with their backpack. There's like a main pocket, and there are like 2 other pockets, and they list exactly what's in each pocket of their backpack. And then you can list weight. I'll be honest, I'm not a stickler for weight. I'm a stickler for like things like material spell components and the like, but I am actually not a huge stickler for weight in games. Yep, spear takes up X squares and water skin takes 2x2. Interesting. Is it hard for you to like decide how many squares, or do you just like common sense it as they get items, or do you have like have you created like your own like list of things and what their squares are? That's interesting. It seems like it could be pretty easy to do a common sense, just like, oh yeah, how big is it? This many squares. Maybe a square represents so many inches or something like that. That could totally work. I see that as being very, very feasible. All right. Now, speaking of things I have created, let me show you another thing I've created here. I'm going to actually do... Oh, let me drop it in Discord Homebrew. Heck yeah, we'll take a look at that next. I'd love to look at that. I'll go grab it. Now, here's another thing I want to do. I want to talk about another thing created here, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about some future goals. Where are we going with this? What's the point? Why buy into GM Philosophy? Why become a community support? But here's something I want to show you. This is actually one of my best-selling ebooks. This is the Structural World Building Randomizer. This book is sort of brief, but it's so powerful, and I've used it to such great effect. This book is actually only $3. And basically it's this. And you can buy this in my personal bookstore or get it as a download if you join the Ko-Fi. But it has 7 tables for basically world building, structural world building. So, for example, 1, roll for geography and layout. Let's say you roll a 9. Rift Valley, a massive chasm splits the land, dotted with sulfuric hot springs and bizarre rock formations. If it were me, I'd like roll on this for every continent I wanted to create or something like that. But anyway, like Crater Lake World, Rainbow Geysers, Obsidian Scarring, Dragon Spine Peaks, just like a bunch of different different ideas for geography and layout. If we come to table 2, political structure and governance, shifting triumvirate, 3 leaders, each rule a specific aspect, war, trade, etc. Their roles rotate annually to prevent stagnation. Labyrinth of city-states, each district with a sprawling city is governed by its own council, and citywide decisions require labyrinthine negotiations. So like technocratic synod, these are just like really different political structure and governance tables you can roll on if you need those things. Blue Rose Line says, for those that you help do TTRPG, are you able to help computer idiots get set up? I'm not very talented with computers. Oh, what VTT are you wanting to run, Blue Rose Line? Let's talk about that for a minute. If you'll drop that in the chat, we'll talk about that. Anyway, table 3, D100 social structures, culture, and customs table. Matriarchal lineages, coming of age hunts, clandestine poetry guilds, tattooed lineages, shell dowry customs, all kinds of like wild stuff. This is just to be creative as you build worlds. Table 4, religion, spirituality, and worldview table. The reborn phoenix, celestial weavers, stormcaller faith, seven-faced saint. These are just concepts. You can also tweak them, obviously. Table 5, economy and technology, including magic. Arcane foundries, chrono gear artists, runic irrigation, phoenix ash fuel, just all kinds of like different things. Table 6, history mythology table, right? All kinds of stuff. And then we have table 7, D100 conflict and dramatic tensions table. So it's like, what conflicts are going on in your world right now? Tournaments are rigged, wild pack ascendant, werebeasts are multiply, terrorizing villages while druids debate, culling them or seeking a cure, forest spirits seeking revenge, temple corruption. There's all kinds of ideas here. And boom, that's the structural world building randomizer. You can support the channel. You can also get yourself some awesome random tables for world creation by buying this in my personal bookstore. It's only $3, or you can get it for free if you join my Ko-Fi. Link is in the description. All right. Let's talk about, let me go see if I can find that homebrew thing that Austin dropped in the chat. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at this. All right. I'm going to share screen. All right. All right. Let's take a look here. Is this you, Austin Walker? Are you adventure manager in the Discord? I think you must be. Okay, here we go. Belt, sack, crate, barrel, backpack, chest. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. And then the Tetris mod I tinkered with. Oh, indeed you are. Okay, very good. Here's the Tetris mod, Gambison hide, scale mail. This is how things fit into there. Interesting. Okay, okay. And then what is this? Oh, Coinway. Okay, so I see. Basically, this is your like layout of how things fit in. So do you like this? Here's a question. Do you like this? Does it work well for you? Is this a good way to deal with encumbrance for you? Like, do you, I mean, what's your experience with this thus far? What's your experience been? And I'm very curious about it. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I love it. All right. Now, let's talk about VTTs. Now, here's what I've heard about VTTs. So this is going to boil down to a couple things. I have, to some extent, used Foundry, Roll20, and Owlbear Rodeo. My primary VTT is Owlbear Rodeo. Here's the thing about VTTs. They have differing levels of complexity, and they work together with other things to different levels, right? Austin says, it was something cute, cool, but cancel the project because not for my simple system, but others might love it. Oh, okay. So you haven't used it for your simple system, but you developed it and you like it and you think it's cool. Heck yeah. I love it. Okay. So anyway. Okay. So D&D Beyond is basically, let me go here for a second. I'm going to explain this just a little bit for you, Blue Rose, because this is kind of complicated and maybe I can help you just a little bit in this moment. Okay, so D&D Beyond, they have a tool called Maps VTT, which works really well together with the character builder. When people build their characters in here, it like really integrates well. I have not used Maps VTT, but from what I've heard, everyone pretty much says it's pretty cool, but maybe it's lacking some of the complexity of some of the other ones. However, if you're looking for integration with D&D Beyond, then that's an awesome place to go. Now, people create character sheets in D&D Beyond, right? So for example, if I go here, where's my character? Where are my characters? I have characters I've created. Like here's Grom Mizak of the Black Horns. So, I have my character in here. He's a part of the Yars Revelations campaign, and I can make rolls, right? So like, I know this. You can make a roll. Now, here's the thing. This is a really cool way to build characters, but there's a question. How do we integrate this with the VTT we're using? Or are people just going to roll physically, right? One of the interesting and fun things about like Roll20 and different things like that is that you can integrate your character sheet with Roll20, and then you can click on roll here and it'll project it onto the VTT. And that's a really cool thing. I'm going to stop sharing for just a minute. I'm going to go find something here real quick. Anyway, but here is the problem. Some of these VTTs do get very complicated. They get extremely complicated. In fact, give me just a second. I'm going to try to show you. Well, I can't actually show you the back end of Roll20 anyway. Okay, here's the VTTs I've experience with are Foundry, Roll20, and Owlbear Rodeo. In my experience, Foundry was way more complicated to set up, but it's really cool. Roll20 is easier to set up. It's really cool. It integrates really well with D&D Beyond. However, it is relatively complex sometimes to use. Owlbear Rodeo has a completely free version. It is really easy to use. It lacks some of the complexity of the other systems. Also, it does integrate with D&D Beyond, but not in a super awesome way. A lot of times what happens is people will roll on Owlbear Rodeo. They'll roll on it, and they'll just add their modifier from the sheet or whatever, because a lot of times it doesn't necessarily correlate D&D Beyond with Owlbear Rodeo. But the thing about Owlbear Rodeo is it's super easy to get into, and you can add like applications for what you want to do. In fact, let me sign into Owlbear Rodeo, and I'll show you. I would recommend Owlbear Rodeo, or actually, to be honest, I would try Dungeons and Dragons VTT if it were me. But let me dive into the, let me share this real quick. I'm going to show you how Owlbear Rodeo works. Okay, here we go. So Owlbear Rodeo looks like this for me as the game master. My players are here. I have tools. I can do things. I have tracks. You know, I can play music, and this is an app. I have Sheet from Beyond, which basically incorporates, it makes it so that people can connect their D&D sheet to Owlbear Rodeo to make rolls. I have a dice tray. It's pretty cool. You can choose what dice I want. I need to roll 3d12s. Boom. So it's pretty cool. Agile Monk is in the house. Hello, Agile Monk. All is well. Greetings and hallucinations to one and all. 100%. I don't know about hallucinations. I hope I don't see any right now. I'm trying to get through my day. We have an initiative tracker where you can start doing that. But let me show you. If I go to my home screen, I have my games here. I actually have the $3.99 per month subscription so that I can custom build my rooms, but you do not have to do that. You can just play in the room you're given, and it doesn't matter. I like to custom build the rooms, and so I bought the premium subscription. Now they have extensions. These are like apps, and you can connect these. And so there are basically like extra tools you can use in Owlbear Rodeo. So I got to go here. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't following it. Agile Monk says Sly Flourish is big on Owlbear Rodeo. Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't even know that. So there's the initiative tracker. There's dice, colored rings. You can put these on the minis. You can add more dice things, token counters, character distances, chivalry and sorcery 5th edition action points tracker. You can add that. So they have all kinds of applications you can add to it to kind of enhance it, or you can just play super simple. Personally, if I were you and I was interested in starting using VTT, I would do two things. I would look at Owlbear Rodeo, and I would look at Maps VTT, the official Dungeons and Dragons on D&D Beyond VTT. I would look at those. This might be an unpopular opinion. Let me know if this is not what you would do, chat. I would use one of them, to be honest. They seem simple. It seems straight up basic to do those things. It seems very common sense. Roll20 is more extreme. if you get to a point where you feel like, man, Owlbear Rodeo just isn't sophisticated enough for me, it might be time to move on to Roll20. If you get to the point with Roll20 where you're like, man, I need something way more serious than this, Foundry. Use Foundry. But until you get there, I would stick to Maps, VTT, D&D Beyond, or Owlbear Rodeo. Take a look at both, watch some YouTube videos of both of them, see which one looks more like what you would like. If you like using D&D Beyond character sheets, I would lean toward Maps VTT. If it's important for you to people to be able to click on their sheets and roll in the game and have that interaction work really well, I would use Maps VTT, the D&D VTT. I've not tried it. I might try it. I might try it at some point. Austin says, nah, go with World Anvil if you want complexity. I've never even heard of that. Let's Google it. What is World Anvil? Is that a VTT? World Anvil integration. Oh, it's something different. I don't actually know. How useful is Word Anvil with Foundry? I don't know what World Anvil is. Anyway, with all the VTTs, do you need a computer to GM, or can they be run on an iPad or iPhone? So I think some of them can be run on an iPad or an iPhone, but I will say this: trying to run a game with a phone or even with an iPad, I do not think it would be sustainable. I think it'd be too stressful. I think everything would be too small. I have a double monitor setup, and to be really honest, it would be hard to run a VTT even with a single monitor, but it would be way better than using like one iPad or a phone. So that's my answer to that. Agile Monk says, yes, Foundry is and can be amazing, but it is far more complex than any of them. I would agree. World Anvil has a unique way of doing it. I don't know what that is. Oh, hey, William's in the chat. Hey, William, World Anvil is more of a website wiki thing. It's what I use for my world. Oh, gotcha. Okay. But World Anvil is a great world building solution. Okay, gotcha. So anyway, Blue Rose Lion, I hope that some of this has answered your questions a little bit. You say you've gotten several programs, apps, others have told you about, don't know where to start. Beyond D&D is one mentioned. So if you want to play D&D, here's where I would start. Start by creating characters on D&D Beyond. Get your players to create those characters. Share your campaign link. If you haven't bought any books on there, it'll be very limited to what they can build, but that's okay. Or they can like fill it out with homebrew, whatever. D&D Beyond, Maps, VTT, super simple. It integrates right there. Just give it a try. You're gonna probably watch a couple videos. You're probably going to try it and you're going to run into technical difficulties and you're going to have to kind of sort them out. And that's why kind of running through a session 0 with it might be really useful, or running a test version. If you want to run me through a one shot and have me help you with Owlbear Rodeo or something like that personally, grab a, I don't know what level Ko-Fi, I'm not sure which level of the Ko-Fi you are, but gold community supporters, I put them into rotation to work with them personally in a one shot once per, like I run at least one per week, or I help run one per week. I could do 2 per week. I might do that if we get more people into that, but that's a way that you could literally get my help directly. What did we miss? Bunch of news, bunch of stuff, bunch of talking about cool stuff in news. World building and campaign management tool designed primarily for writers, game masters. Oh, that's World Anvil. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I hope it is helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking. Great question. I'm going to listen in while I drive home. Heck yeah, Jason. That sounds awesome. All right. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk about. And we're kind of getting ready to wrap up here. We're not quite done yet, but we're approaching the end of the hour. Listen, the hangout in the Discord is about to start at 2:00. So don't miss that. And I want to talk just for a minute about the Ko-Fi. I want to talk about this. Now, I have a Ko-Fi subscription. And you might be asking yourself, GM Philosopher, why would I pay for a Ko-Fi? And here's what I want to share with you today. This platform is very much a value-first platform. I try to make awesome YouTube videos. I try to make an awesome Discord community. And I try to curate an awesome email list that brings a lot of value and helps GM Philosophy to continue its mission to help game masters run better games. Now, the GM Philosophy Ko-Fi has memberships ranging from $5.99 per month all the way up to partner level, which is $49.99 per month. You get a whole lot with just the $5.99 per month. You get like so much access to ebook library, direct messages to me through Ko-Fi, social media shout out when you sign up. I send everyone, I like basically blast it on YouTube and in the Discord, like so-and-so just signed up. Huge thank you. Special Discord role. You get into our strategy channel and you get a special Discord role that says supporter on it. You get access to the YouTube Library Compendium Collection, which is another series of ebooks. And you get the Masterclass series episodes. We add one of those per week, 4 per month, literally. So why would you sign up for this? Listen, I envision growing this to become something so much more in the future. Right now, we're starting small. I'm a small creator, very humble beginnings. It's just me with my computer, building something to be of value to the world. And so, yes, you are getting awesome stuff when you sign up. I try to deliver so much value, trying to give everyone everything they need to really crush it and succeed, to get better at game mastering. And in fact, that's why I built and this is in the description as well, if you want to follow the link, basically my 7-step GM philosophy process. 7 steps. You can click on all the links, find all the resources, go through all these steps, all the way up to becoming a professional TTRPG YouTube creator. I even have resources helping with that. So, I mean, it just goes all through the process. But here's the thing. Why sign up for this? Why make this a thing? Well, here's the answer. It's because this is the future of GM philosophy. This is the future of me continuing to create awesome stuff. This is the future of trying to improve the YouTube, improve the Discord, and improve the mailing list. So here's what I'll leave you with today. If you have any value in this channel, if you found value, if you look forward to the YouTube videos, if you look forward to the Discord, if you look forward to the email list, rest assured that a lot of work goes into those things. I put in hours and hours of work every single day to try to make these things as good as I can. And every time I get even one person signing up for the Ko-Fi, it is such a massive help, such a big help. Helps to put dollars in the bank that can be spent on the tools required to create these things. That can help me pay my bills. That helps me basically continue to keep up with all of the work being done. And it will also lead to making everything I'm doing bigger and better over time. So if you find value in this channel, and if you find value in GM philosophy, I would encourage you, please help out, please contribute, please consider signing up for a Ko-Fi membership, giving it a try. And hey, you get a lot of value with it. But really at the core, it's about us building a community. It's about us building a platform. It's about becoming one of the biggest, best resources on the internet for game masters who want to improve their craft, who want to network with other game masters, who want to run better games, more awesome games, and everything in between. So, boom. Thank you so much. I will see you all in about 8 minutes in the Discord for the afternoon hangout. I wish you all a very awesome day. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you soon.